This man is like a runaway freight train, but he wasn't always that way. Let me show you the come-up story of Zach Charbonnet. Charbonnet was actually productive as a true freshman at Michigan, but it was mostly volume-based production. His vision wasn't great. On this play, he stretches a run to the outside, and there's a clear cutback lane. He doesn't see it, and he continues to the outside. His cuts were slow and ineffective. On this play, Charbonnet has great blocking, and he gets to the second level untouched. With a head of steam, you'd think he should just keep running straight to the corner. But I guess he doesn't trust his speed, so he tries to make a cut, and he really shouldn't have trusted that either. It's pretty pitiful. Here again, his O-line does a great job sealing the edge, and all he has to do is beat this guy to the outside, and it's a huge play. Again, he doesn't trust his speed, and he tries to cut. It takes multiple steps to decelerate, and it's terribly ineffective. He also wasn't a threat in the pass-catching game at all, making only 8 catches in 13 games that season. There were moments that he flashed what he could one day become, but for the most part, I'd have described him as a plodder. Then as a sophomore, Charbonnet fell behind both Hassan Haskins and Blake Corum in the Michigan rotation. He was limited to just 19 carries all season, and his NFL dreams looked all but dead. But quietly, in the background, he was working.
I'd say that was a big thing for me, to just being able to have this whole offseason actually work on my body, my speed, strength. A lot of this offseason, we've been working on our second level moves. So, just a lot of open space, like trying to break tackles and make moves and stuff like that. So that's been a lot that we've been focusing on.
All that work paid off big time. He transferred out of Michigan to UCLA, where he looked like a completely different football player. Probably the biggest change is that he became significantly more explosive as a runner. This led to improved vision because he could afford to be more patient and then hit cutback lanes decisively. He finally had the confidence to be able to see the running lane and then have the athleticism to get there. On this play, Charbonnet sees a potential cutback lane. On first glance, it looks huge, but he correctly identifies that there are 3 unblocked defenders at the second level converging on it. He could hit that lane and probably pick up an easy 4 to 6 yards, which is what most running backs would do. But I love what he does instead. He fakes into that lane to suck all those defenders into a traffic jam and then breaks outside for a nice 15-yard gain. This is very advanced vision. Here, Charbs shows off his patience. His left guard and right guard are pulling to the right to lead block. It's a slow developing play, and he has to bide his time for about 4 or 5 steps in the backfield. He times his cut perfectly with the lead block and gets downhill for a huge play. His elusiveness was also massively improved. Those ineffective plodding cuts I showed earlier were a thing of the past. Now he was displaying powerful and effective cuts that led to missed tackles at the second level. Exactly what he said he needed to work on in that interview. He put in the work, and here it is all over his tape. Here against Arizona, he chains together a big jump cut to get to the edge, a stutter step to freeze number 5, and then a nice little dead leg to leave number 21 on the turf. He's able to keep his momentum coming out of the cut and keep running for another 20 plus yards. Power has always been the best part of Charb's game, but it reached a whole new level. When you're coming with a head of steam and you're elusive enough to turn a full-on collision into a glancing blow, that's going to enable you to break more tackles. And break tackles he did. In fact, his yards after contact per attempt went up from 2.91 in his first year at Michigan to 3.5 in his first year at UCLA, and a whopping 4.15 in his final collegiate season. He even improved significantly as a pass catcher, which is huge in today's NFL. He only caught 14 passes in 2 years with Michigan, but caught 61 in his 2 years at UCLA, and his yards per route run skyrocketed from .22 in his first year at Michigan to 1.31 in his last year at UCLA. Watch this play where he puts together some of his biggest strengths all at once. He high points a tough catch, gets his balance, stutter steps, jukes, breaks a tackle, and hurdles a defender, showing off exactly what kind of upside he can have as a 3-down back at the next level. As far as areas for continued development, I'd say he's not very quick. While his cutting ability and elusiveness have improved a lot, it's still hard to change directions at nearly 220 pounds. It takes him quite a few steps sometimes to decelerate and plant, which might lead to making the first guy miss, but it gives other defenders time to rally to him. This isn't a huge knock, he clearly wins in other ways, he just doesn't have that special quickness for a big man like Bijan Robinson. Few do. But overall, I'm really impressed with Charbonnet as a prospect. Almost every play I showed you at UCLA was something he physically could not have done early in his college career. His ability to transform his body and his game the way that he has shows a really high level of professionalism and work ethic that will serve him well at the next level. He's got prototypical size for the running back position, he moves and catches really well for that size, and he's one of the few backs in this class with a 3-down workhorse potential. Most projections I'm seeing have him getting second-round draft capital, and if that holds true, then not only is it a spectacular achievement for someone who got benched in college, but it also means he should be going in the mid to late first of your rookie drafts. Hop on the runaway train that is Zach Charbonnet. Thanks so much for watching. For more rookie breakdowns, check out this playlist right here, and I'll see you there.